All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today, Monday morning, holiday weekend still, for me at least. It's July 6th, and it's the man they call Meathead, and I'm glad everybody's made it out safe. Hopefully you're not going to hear this often from me, right? But hopefully you were distanced maybe a little bit. Maybe you were a little bit more responsible than some of the reports. Don't believe everything you hear or read, but it really is out there. So let's bring in Linda Kate. Linda, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I am still feeling quite festive from this
Yeah.
4th of July weekend. Yes.
All right.
Great
So
weather, got a lot of food in my system, maybe a
there you
couple of
go.
drinks, but yeah,
Little
overall
drinky
great
drinks.
weekend. Yeah.
So, obviously what's going on in the Milwaukee area. Everybody knows what's going on across the country. Did you get a firework display on Saturday?
Not necessarily where I live. I did hear some popping going on, some
So you
fireworks
didn't have an
or
official county parks because, folks, I don't know if you know this, at least the people from our greater area, no longer in Milwaukee, but I still represent Milwaukee, right? Our county park system fireworks are amazing. I mean,
yes.
our park system, we might have some problems in Milwaukee, but our park system and the fireworks, that is my childhood. Literally, that is my entire life, my 40 plus years being around. I look forward to 4th of July fireworks. The parades, not so much, and they, obviously did reverse parades or no parades at all, but I snuck in a parade or a firework display. Linda, I don't know if you
Nice.
heard, Greendale said they were going to announce the location of the
Yes.
fireworks 1 hour prior. Biggest
Yes.
shit show in the world, but they didn't
Well,
put it anywhere else, right? It
yeah.
was still at the high school. Well,
Yeah,
I
I was
was
gonna
only
say it was at a
5
high
minutes
school.
away. I
Oh
was only
yeah.
5 minutes away, so we were already there, ready to go, and we were so close we had covered in ash. That's how
Oh
close we were.
wow. Yeah, I mean I don't live too far from Greendale, so I was hearing a lot of popping. I'm like, is that am I hearing that like the actual like
Mm-hmm.
only fireworks show going on around here,
And
or is
I
that just
couldn't
the
tell what
neighbors?
city it was. It was west of us, so we were right off the village. So if you're looking west, somebody else's displays were going off too. Could have been New Berlin, Hales Corners, maybe Muskego, but that was pretty big to be a Muskego. So
Well, there's
again, folks,
Muskego Lake, so it could be
could
over
have
the
been.
water. Yeah.
Could have been. So, folks, hopefully you were safe. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Got in some fireworks. I know Lance Allen, our friend from TMJ4, had mentioned that he was able to make the Greendale fireworks as well. Like I said, it was to get out of there was an experience. I mean, I feel bad for them because obviously it was just, again, I don't want to say the word again, but it was just terrible. It was just not organized. And most of the people that were helping direct traffic weren't wearing vests. I get maybe they don't want to be targets in case some lunatic came out and found somebody in a vest. But, I mean, let's not go down that road, okay?
All right.
I'm glad everybody was happy. I'm glad everybody enjoyed their weekend. We're going to talk a little different today. Yeah, we're going to talk some Raw in just a couple minutes here coming up tonight. But, Linda, you had mentioned something to me right before we got on the air here, and it's something I really do want to address. Local wrestling. So the
Yes.
indies, if you will, for lack of a better term. But our good, dear, close personal friend David Hero is Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, and I believe there's a GLCW show coming up this week, right?
Yes. Well, obviously, with everything going on in the world, unfortunately, just across the board with all sports cancellations or postponements. But there is one show, one GLCW show that is still on for the summer currently, and that is this upcoming Saturday. It's the annual Ashipan Firemen's Picnic.
I was gonna say it's the Ashapin one, yeah, the fireman one.
Yeah. And Ashburn, for me, it's maybe like an hour or so, but I want to say maybe
Oh God,
45
yeah.
minutes west-ish of Milwaukee, or maybe not too far from you in Appleton. I'm not sure, but it's a annual event, a big thing in the city, and a GLCW live pro wrestling show is still taking place. That's
Have
great.
any idea who's on the card?
It's a lot of our guys that we worked with a lot of our recent GLCW shows, as well
Sure.
as I believe Melina is still the special guest.
Ooh,
So it's called GLCW. It's okay to share.
it's okay
So
to share. Oh, because it used to be okay to stare. Now it's okay to share.
believe so.
Something like that. And what are you going to be doing with the show this weekend?
I'll be ring announcing.
Ring
So
announcing.
I'm excited for that. Yes. Yes, I've been doing a lot of Dave's GLCW shows at Circle B in Cedarburg, and last year's Blizzard Ball. That was the biggest show I got to do, so that was quite an honor.
You know what show that I should be going to see you at every year, and I keep forgetting to go every year, and I don't know if I think it would be within the next month, but why I'm not down there for this, because I spent a lot of time on the east side. I mean, I spent years doing stuff on the east side. How am I not at the Casablanca Brady Street Days one?
Casablanca Rumble. Yeah, that unfortunately the Brady Street Festival this year was canceled, but yeah.
You can't wrestle in the street
always,
on Brady Street though?
I mean, I suppose you can, but Brady Street Fest is always the last Saturday of July every summer. So our friends from Casablanca, put on the Casablanca Rumble for, gosh, has it been I think it's supposed to be the 8th year? I could be wrong on that, but it's been several years where they've kindly, sponsored our Casablanca Rumble, where we got live pro wrestling right in the middle of the street. I mean, obviously it's a festival, so the streets are blocked, but we got the ring right next to the live camel rides. I remember that needs to take place, so that was quite a combination. But yeah, that's also another big show that we do every year with GLCW.
I just don't know why I never have been down there. You know what it ends up being? I think because it's White Castle Day around there all the time, and I'm always doing something else. White Castle Day is code for wink, wink. Meathead's going ahead and taking care of his own birthday, but I never end up down there at all. I should be at those shows. I mean, out of the Blizzard Brawls, of course, I've made every Blizzard Brawl except for one, and that one I was stuck at a wedding. But yeah, that's a show I cannot believe that I've never gone to. Be out baking in the sun watching people wrestle.
Yes.
I mean, because that's what the East Side does anyway. It's just, now you're going to see them inside the squared circle.
Absolutely. Yes. So, yeah, we've got our show this weekend, and, looking forward to seeing the team, the crew. Yeah, really miss it. Obviously, every wrestling fan has missed the shows, or any talent, anybody, any refs, any promoters, anybody involved. We've all missed it. So this is an opportunity. Everybody, if you're in the greater Milwaukee area, we've got our show this Saturday, July 11th. Bell time, I believe, is 5:30.
And it's a free show, right? You just got to pay admission to the days.
You know what? I'm not even sure if there's even admission.
I'm not even sure
that.
either.
So, but yeah, actually, you know what? I take that back. It's a free show. It is a free show. Okay. I'm not sure if the tagline is "It's okay to share anymore," or if it's a Melina.
It's okay to stare at Linda Kay ring announcing is what it's okay to do now.
But I guess so, yeah. But yeah, we've got, again, a free show with our GLCW title match taking place, the tag team title match, and a lot of our great superstars that you'll recognize if you're, fan of GLCW. So yeah, but
happy to hear.
I'm really looking forward to ring announcing again, which brings my next question. All of us involved with the Pro Wrestling Report over the years, I think we've all done some type of ring announcing.
Some type, yeah. Kaz has done it.
Kaz. Damien, Dave has done some, and you have too.
I've done some too. Actually, I've never done any of Dave's shows though. I've ring announced before, but I've never done a GLCW show. Our good friends also from Milwaukee area, Great Lakes Wrestling, or The Brawl. I mean, if you're a longtime listener, I've done some shows with them as well. Linda, so you can appreciate this one. Do you know the first ever match that I ever did ring announcing for? It was in Oshkosh. Damien and I went up there. We were going to call matches. Well, actually, I think it was Damien calling matches, and I was ring announcing. It was a dark match. It started off, I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dark match, so you don't have to cheer because it won't be on TV." I literally said that on the microphone. Oh, what a meathead.
Oh, there you go.
So let's talk some Raw, okay?
All
right. And I'm sorry to bring it down here, but let's talk some Raw. Raw's struggling right now. Raw is big time. As much as I look forward to talking to Dave every Tuesday morning, I can hear it in his voice, and he wants to be positive, but it's not much. There's not much to get worked up over on Raw. Instead of going over Raw and what's going to happen tonight on the show, because this is the question he asks me every week, what do you look forward to? What has your interest when you turn on Raw? Who do you hope to see?
Well, somebody comes to mind that's currently not on due to COVID concerns, and that's or his I shouldn't say COVID concerns, but the reason why he pulled out of WrestleMania weekend with, and that's the big dog, Roman Reigns.
Okay.
When we talk about star power, who's the face of the show, they are lacking the big names, as I think you guys have kind of talked about that too,
Sure.
like who
But
in
who do you
particular
want to see on Monday nights right now? Who are you looking forward to? That's on the TV.
that's
Is there
on.
anyone?
Uh, I mean, I'm curious to see how the whole Rey Mysterio, Dominic, Seth
Okay.
Rollins story ends. I mean, but here we go. So there's still 2 more weeks so we get to Extreme Rules. So I have gauged interest in some of these matches that will take place, but it's just the stretching it out that
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you know,
And it's
like
funny because, back in, I hate to be this guy, but I'm about to be back in the attitude area, even the aggression area or whatever. The stretching out didn't bother me as much because we had so much more going on. We have so
right.
little going on now that we're just looking for anything to grab onto. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm entertained a little bit by the ninjas. Um,
Yes.
I want to
Our
see one of the
truths
ninjas get
right now.
unmasked because right now the ninjas, and I'm not a ninja expert. I mean, I just play one on, this podcast here, but I think too much of their face is exposed, and I can tell that those ninjas aren't authentic ninjas, and they're
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay.
developmental talents that are wearing black garb. So, I mean, unmask one. Let me know who the big one is. The,
Yeah,
the
where'd
big
he
tall one that
go?
I thought was Shaq the first night. It's not
Yes.
Shaq, obviously, but give me something. Build me, some sort of interest. I also, I know you're curious on the Rey Mysterio, Dominic, and Seth Rollins. I'm curious on Seth. While Seth has never been one of my go-to talents to watch on TV, he's one of the few stars that are really on there. Right now,
Mhm.
if Seth wanted a match at Extreme Rules, it would be the main event. Doesn't matter because it's Seth Rollins because that's what they have right now.
Yeah.
Um, he calls himself the Monday Night Messiah, and he's the one responsible for carrying Raw where it is. Well, he's doing a terrible job. Raw is terrible right now. That won't ever get built into the story. I don't know
Yeah.
how long it's going to be before Joe is injury free and can work again. I want to see
Yes.
Joe work again.
Yes. He did come to mind, and I was thinking like how long he'd be at commentary, which he's doing fantastic.
He's doing
But
great.
we miss, yeah. Assuming if he comes back, he would be a heel. Like he was a great heel
They
and
need him to be a heel because they have a face champion that has no one
convincingly
to wrestle.
right. Um, yeah, because right now, I mean, the 3 hours. I mean, speaking of stretching it out, like it is a lot of recaps, and I mean, considering they don't have everybody available right now, and of course, without having the audience, and I don't know, just now seeing everybody, like obviously being more safe with the mask, but it's just like I
Sure.
don't know, it's just we're a Twilight Zone, Meathead.
We are definitely in the Twilight Zone. Hey, I'm stepping into the Twilight Zone.
Golden earring.
That's right. I prefer Radar Love myself, but
Oh, okay, yeah. I like
it's
the bass riff in Twilight Zone personally,
yeah,
but
Twilight
anyway.
Zone. Doom 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 doom. No, Radar Love I can actually play on the drums, so that's the only
Oh,
part I like. Not on actual drums, just pieces of sticks that I bang on walls. That's enough
oh,
for
right
me.
on.
That gallows pole, for some reason, that I could always do that one from Page and Plant. Anywho, um, it would be great to see Joe maybe doing commentary one day or doing an in-ring interview on McIntyre and maybe just go after him and instantly
Ooh,
put himself into a main event feud because it
because
would make
obviously
sense
you
to
could
me.
do that now
It would
too.
make sense to me. Um, it's tough watching Raw. It really is. And we are 2 weeks away, I think, from Extreme Rules now.
Right? Yeah,
And after Extreme Rules, what do we got next? SummerSlam.
yeah. That
SummerSlam was
is
supposed to
it.
be outside, and I thought it was Minneapolis.
Wait,
Was it
what?
at Target or was it inside? Am I wrong? I might be wrong on that one.
So, it was supposed to be in Boston.
Oh,
Did
again, I get Minneapolis and Boston confused all the time.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it's supposed to be at the Garden, and I mean, it's still being advertised to take place that weekend, but I'm hearing different things. Are they going to try to postpone it? But that's also kind of hard to
it's a
call right
big
now,
money
considering the
show.
cases. Yeah,
That's a
so
big money show, and that's why they waited on WrestleMania up until 3 weeks before WrestleMania. everything else canceled, but WrestleMania was still a go. The one thing we have working for us is that Vince is probably going to wait out Major League Baseball. And again, on White Castle Day, the Major League Baseball will be back playing baseball. And if they can make that work, I think Vince might go take it out of town and might actually do it or try to do it.
In a baseball stadium, like an empty?
No, I mean, in Boston, I think he might try to take the show on the road.
Oh, so Fenway, maybe?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, he's already got, guys like Dave Hero running show now. So, I mean, maybe he could see how Dave runs it and see if he can make it safe and clean. And, we're in a tough spot. I mean, as much as I love talking to you, we don't have a ton to talk about on Raw because other than, watching Dolph Ziggler, who gets traded with Robert Roode and also becomes the number one contender, which doesn't make any sense. Do you know I considered actually getting R-Truth for my fantasy draft team, but I didn't feel like doing the math to figure out if it was more points to win it or to lose it?
Gotcha.
Because he keeps dropping the title back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, he's one thing that I look forward to in Raw. And you mentioned the ninjas. I was like, you know what? R-Truth is very entertaining. And I know that Dave Hero did not like the whole Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders, the Street Raiders, or the Viking Prophets.
The anything you can do, I can do better. But I mean, that was one thing I was looking forward to. Like, I know, like, there was that long recap of it. That I'm like, okay, I'll fast forward through this if I'm watching it on delay a little bit. But seeing something new was, entertaining. I was actually looking forward to that, but now that's done. So now that's one less thing I'm looking forward to.
Even during the good days, I could watch Raw in about an hour and a half if I needed to. Mm-hmm. If I have to, I can have Raw done in 15 minutes and know exactly what's going on. I don't need to break down matches piece by piece because matches are going to be matches, especially during our NXT developmental days, where everybody's wrestling by the numbers almost. Mm-hmm. I just need to know what's happening, story, entertaining. Are they entertaining? Who's over? Who's under? It's tough, Linda. It's tough. So
this past week, it was just okay. But remember we were talking about the week before and the week prior? I thought both were great. Like, it was digestible.
Digestible. So you're saying it was craft level macaroni and cheese, not that black and white box.
Well, you can make those good if you add a little extra butter.
Yeah, you're adding a ton of butter and a ton of milk to cover up the fact that it's gross. Oh, Linda, I could sit here and talk to you about macaroni and cheese all day, but I think we're going to call it here. Folks, make sure that when you're listening to these podcasts, because you're really tuning in to listen to Linda talk about macaroni and cheese, when you're listening to the podcast, make sure you're liking and subscribing. We have better content at the PWR for sure, especially with Shane Helms on Thursdays and a primetime usually on Saturdays. David and Damian always carrying the flag for us. And then, you got the PWR Today, Monday through Friday. I know tomorrow morning we're going to have David Hero. And maybe Raw pulls one out of the hat. Who knows? But we will have Dave here on the program, and maybe we can get some details on what he's going to do with the Ashapin Fire. Is it Firemen's or Fire Rally?
Firemen's Picnic.
Firemen's Picnic. So the Ashapin Firemen's Picnic. We'll talk to Dave tomorrow morning. So Linda, thank you for Linda K. I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.